Well, hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Iron Panther Presents. I am sorry we are very, very late. But anyway, today we say goodbye to Dexter Resurrection Season 1, which got renewed for a Season 2. So we're going to see America's favorite serial killer coming back next year. Kim and I are going to talk about what we saw, what we thought about it, what does next year look like. We don't know. But we'll do all of that. Anyway, please join the intro and let's get to it. Oh, wait. I got to do it now. Wait. This is going to be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Hello, everyone, and Candy, thank you for joining us. It's a great show. It's a great show. I would say watch the first one. Yeah, we're still working on the resurrection.
You gotta, okay. Any person who wants to watch the sequels, you have to watch the original show.
Yes.
Now, the first episode, I will tell you, I watched it recently over again. And when I first watched, I remember I watched it with my older son, and I was very excited about it. I was like, this is different. Like a serial killer who kills serial killers. It was very different. And so I continued to watch it, and it really is a good series. Like it has some flaws like all series, but it was very well done. Michael C. Hall is Dexter. He is. And he doesn't. The thing is that I've never watched him do Dexter where I was like, that's not Dexter. You know what I mean? Like he's always spot on. And when he improvs a lot, which I didn't realize until I heard him in interviews recently, he improved a lot of reactions that Dexter has done. And the one with Batista was especially, I didn't realize that when he screamed when Batista died, it's to show us that he actually had feelings for him, right? Because we know Dexter, the entire series, has not had that, right? And when he did it and he screamed like that, that was Michael C. Hall showing that Dexter actually does feel for people. He loves his son. He feels pain for Batista's death. And I thought that was so well acted. I mean, I had goosebumps. I was like, Michael C. Hall is Dexter. Not that I'm trying to put him in a box, but you know what? If it works, what's that old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing until it becomes, cliche. Like we're like, okay, that's enough, Dexter, right? Let's let this guy end, right? But I would watch it from the very beginning and then venture off into these prequels. That's what I would do. For sure. So yeah.
Well, especially with this episode, this particular season, because there's a lot of callbacks of characters that without the background, you're not really sure who you're seeing or why it's important. Mm-hmm. With that, the death of Batista was the highlight, the most serious moment of this season. This was the third time, and we I texted this to Kim when I saw it. I was like, this is the third time in the Dexter universe that a person in Dexter's life figures out who he is and is killed by somebody else, almost in protecting of Dexter in some type of way. Dokes was the first because he got killed by Dexter's girlfriend at the time. Then LaGuerta was second because she got killed by his sister. And now you got Batista, who got killed by Leon. So it's as sad it was sad for him to go. I felt like it would have been better if he would have died knowing the truth at this point. I didn't kill Dokes.
He did tell him that. He told him.
He did. My girlfriend did. All he said, like, I didn't do it. Of course, he's not. Batista's like, you're a serial killer. You're not going to admit to any of this shit. But to be like,
no, I didn't kill any of them.
He should try to explain what happened. So like whether he believes it or not, it's a different story. But to be like, and then we can see it again. We can be like, oh, like, no, my girlfriend did it. and I'm sorry. Like, I didn't want that to happen. Like, again, Deb killed LaGuerta. Like, I
Yeah.
didn't want that to happen. Like, like it was, and she is like, so he could die
But at
knowing
that
that.
point, do you think Batista was listening? He's not. When he was choking Dexter, Batista wasn't listening. He was not listening.
So, I mean, he's had this conversation with him a couple of times, but to your point, but like I felt like it. Hashtag me too. I guess I've never watched Dexter, but I'm here for the conversation. Oh, thank you, Jamani.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Yeah.
But again, we've been on this journey, and but again, it's all TV. I mean, they could have gave him some more because he was still kind of whatever, you know what I'm saying. But I think it would have acknowledged the book one, if you will, and it would have been like, I tried. Now, whether he believed them or not is a different story. But we can go back to, I do remember when Dokes got killed, the explosion and all that kind of stuff. Like, oh shit, that's how it happened. And again, Deb being like, and it was a tough choice, but she chose her brother. In that sense, she chose family, and it's like, and then LaGuerta had to go, and because his death is not going to be a thing in season 2, and because they kind of tied it up with the.
But Batista, as all characters in that world, they're never really gone. So you know what I'm saying? So they're never really gone. So I would say yes, in the physical sense, Batista's gone. But we did see all of the characters come back, and especially in this episode, we saw his brother, his blood come back. And I was very happy to see him. Excited actually. And so when them bringing back the characters, it just warms my heart because I love all of those characters. And so Batista, let's just say that Batista's he's gonna be back. Yeah.
It would be interesting if he becomes one of the many voices in Dexter's head.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then it's so to see the brother come back, and then there was the fact that he got put on his brother's table. And that could have been a thing to be like, my other brother is now sitting here, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I killed my first brother, but I'm like, I don't want to kill you. Like, even if that was an inner monologue, to be like, I'm acknowledging that, because Prater doesn't understand the significance of that this is not the ice truck killer's table, just this is my brother's table, and like that, that kind of thing would have been nice as a good tie-in, especially when his brother's sitting there. Like, it was like, I thought again, but that's interesting that his wife has not come back. So I
believe this is what I believe. Well, she was at the premiere, right? We saw her at the premiere. Okay. So I feel like when we see these people at premieres, there's a reason. She's not just there for nostalgia, right? I mean, because she did. Well, I think so also too. She walked the carpet. Remember, she walked the carpet. When you walk the carpet, you're usually somehow involved in the show. Not always, but I'm just saying, I feel like she was in that picture with the cast. And normally, if you're not in it, they don't need you as, at taking pictures with the cast. If you know what I'm saying, right?
I get you. I get you. So, like, was Deb there? I didn't see it. So, was Deb there?
Deb was there. Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. So if Rita comes back in season 2, maybe. I think it would have been
maybe for Harrison. He's never met her, right?
Well, again, so it would be hard if that happens. If he had a picture of her that he could remember, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like he's making her like how he would think she would act. Like that would be something. One of the scenes when he's with Harrison, it would have been nice to have Rita there, like him thinking like, I'm happy that you two are together. Why don't you do this for him, Dex? Like something like not a lot, but as much as Harry's there, like this, you see Rita there, especially going back to the brother. I mean, that's some old school, like a reference right there.
Yeah.
I just wonder if Rita, had some parts with that. But it was. To end, like, okay, so then Peter Dinklage. So we were talking about.
Okay.
No, look. We knew he was not. He knew he wasn't going to make it out this season. That's how. That's the Dexter formula, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
If he's the last big bad of the season, he has to be the last one on the table.
Yes.
He's a great actor, y'all. He's an
Yes.
outstanding actor.
Absolutely.
But he's mental, he's not physical. So you can't, it's not a win when a average sized man is taking down a little person, like, and just wrapped them up like a little baby and stuck them on the thing. I was like, this is disrespectful. Like, I felt like it was disrespectful. On behalf of little people,
I wouldn't say disrespectful. I would say that it made me feel awkward because
right?
we know that Peter Dinklage is a little person, and I hope
Yes.
I'm not offending him at all, because that is not something I would ever want to do. He's a
Yes.
master of his craft, and I respect
Yes.
him. So, but I just felt like him being on the table with the plastic and all that stuff. I was like, oh my God, I felt like he's like Dexter was taking advantage of the
Yes.
situation. And it's like,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, Prater was a predator, right?
Yeah,
he was just as bad as all the other serial killers, even though he wasn't one himself. So
Yes.
if you view it that way, he has to be on the table. Now, I did not like the way they had him grovel. I didn't like that part. I felt like this man has been doing what he's been doing for like 20 years, right?
Yeah,
He's been
easy.
He didn't need to be kind of like begging for his life in that manner. I thought he should have stayed strong with Dexter and been like, you know what? If this is what you feel like you have to do, then go ahead and do it. But I know, you know what I mean? Like, give us a speech where you are scared as I don't know what. But what was wrong? They had him.
Little baby.
Oh, yeah, Denny, they did.
He did. Yeah. And he's like,
he looked like a 6-year-old. Like his body was okay, maybe a 10-year-old, but it was, and his hands were doing this. I was like, oh God.
Wait. Kiss my ass. Dexter had to use more than one bag to get rid of his body. Stop it. All of them could fit in one bag. Like, he could
chop.
And just stuck them in one bag and been like, "Oh, this is easier." And just tacked it. No.
David, if you counted the bags, it was not 9 bags. It was only 4. It was 4 bags.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Per usual, it's 9.
9 bags. All right. So I would like maybe two, but I was like,
But no. If it's 2, that's cutting him in half. And no, but you got to cut the legs. You got to cut. There's a lot of stuff you got.
He's this big. The art is like, stop it. It don't take that much. Anyway, I just thought it would have, again, I know it would have been making fun of his stature if they would have put that into the writing. I know, and they wouldn't do that. But real life, Dexter would have been like, shit, I'm not even, how do I do this? It's like just little slices. Like, I think like if it was a different thing, they weren't trying to respect him, I guess they would have did it. But anyway, I'm sorry. You were saying.
Yeah. But I mean, but it was still a good scene. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was still a good scene, but I just felt like
he went out weak.
Like it seemed like he became weak all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But you know what? A lot of these serial killers are weak people, even though they do what they do. Yeah. If you sit down, if you listen to them in interviews, right? There's tons of them on Netflix. Ugh. But if you listen to them, they're all weak people, damaged people. And they always blame the parent, right?
Yeah.
And I understand I'm not in their head. I don't know, but it's always like my mom did this, my dad did that, and this is why I am the way I am. Look, go to therapy, okay? Everything is not your parents' fault, okay? Because at some point, you have to look at yourself and say, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be blaming my problems on innocent people and killing them because I grew up in a terrible household. And some of these people did not grow up in terrible households, and a lot of them did. Maybe they had alcoholics. Maybe their parents beat them. Of course, you're going to have some mental issues, and I'm not making light of that. That's horrible. But some of these people, they had normal households, right? And still there was something wrong, right? And I feel like at the point where you, as a parent, notice that your child has some issues, that's when the parents should have stepped in and said, we need to take you to the doctor first. And then the doctor normally says, take them to a therapist, a child psychologist. so that you can get them straight so that they can have the life that they deserve, right? A lot of parents don't do that. And yeah, you grow up and you have a monster who becomes a serial killer, unfortunately, right? So
I love the fact that Dexter has no emotions on his face. He just his thoughts in his head. So
right.
there are most of the time he just try to keep a pan face, because
Yeah.
even when he was talking, I think, to his brother,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, you don't feel for Batista. He's like, but I want to. Like, I know he's a good man, and he's the best man I know, and
Yeah.
he's trying to have emotions, right?
Yes.
And that was his thing. See, I think it was season 2 when his body parts started to come up. Like, it's like, it's like, I don't feel, until he
Mm-hmm.
saw his work being discovered, and his heart started to pound, and he was like,
Yeah.
but
But that was just fear of getting caught.
but that's still a feeling. I mean, most of the
Yeah,
time, because
okay.
he was like,
Yeah.
because when the show started, he was like, I like Rita. Like, she doesn't need touching and feelings, and I don't need it either.
Yes. Yes.
And that was all part of the thing. But then he's like, oh, I care for her and her children. And we will talk about that later on. But we gonna get to it. But anyway, no, Peter Dinklage, again, the character he played was awesome, and I agree. Up until the point he got put on the table, he was consistent, and the groveling just did. If he should have been like, wow, I've never seen it from this point of view. Like, he almost looked forward to, like, what's going through your mind. That's what this character would have been like. He knows he's not walking away from this, right? So he's like, tell me what you're going through. Tell me. I never got to see you kill. For the record, when he thought he was Red, he never saw him kill anyone. So he should be like, wow, I get a front row seat to how the Bay Harbor Butcher does his bit. That's how crazy he should have been in this moment. And then Dexter could have talked him through his pride, because he never talked. I actually chopped body parts in nine pieces. Oh, really? Yeah. Why? Because this, and this. And like, that's, like, he could have explained his methodology.
Yeah.
To a fan, to a true fan of his work, you know what I'm saying? And that could have been a thing. Like, he could have been like, who's your top kills? In fact, just between you and me, this is my brother's table. It could have been a thing. It could have been like, you remember the ice truck killer? That was my brother. What? Yeah, he was crazy as fuck. Anyway, in fact, he's standing right there. What? Like, this could have been a whole thing. This would be one of the few times he takes the mask off, but to have someone who truly understands and again truly appreciates him for all that he is. Thank you for the files. I'm gonna kill all these motherfuckers. Like it could we could have had a moment. And they could have. I thought, so I thought it was a way, not groveling, there's many other things we could have did with that time that would more fit the character and their relationship.
Absolutely.
And it would have been fine. Yeah. So what do you think of Uma Thurman and how she left the season?
I thought it was what did it say? Anticlimactic. It was just kind of like, okay, well, let me just run away to make sure my mom is okay. And in my opinion, and I don't know how people are gonna feel about me saying this, but I feel like she's very selfish, because her mom, yes, is dying, right? And she's not allowing her to die gracefully. Like, you're pumping her full of all these medications and things like that because you want her to be alive. Is this her idea or is it your idea? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that is she's selfish, but I understand she loves her mom. She doesn't want her to go, but eventually the medicine is not going to work anymore and she's going to die. But the way that they made her kind of run away with her tail between her legs, I was like, you have Uma Thurman. Like, this is Uma Thurman. And this is how this is her ending. She's just going to run away to a house that they had somewhere else. And this is it. Even the mother was like, where are we going? What is this? What are we doing?
So it's funny. It's funny you bring these two things up. All right. It didn't make any sense because one, up until that very scene, her mom was at death's door. When Dexter went to go see her, right? She was unconscious. I thought tubes coming out of her, nurses and shit. Now all of a sudden she's like, "Hey, baby, where we're going?" "Well, Mom, I'm just gonna roll you to this Uber, and we're gonna go back to a new house." What? Yeah. What? Your biggest problem was that you couldn't afford a house? Like, what happened to the dying medical situation, right? Like, all but she's fine now. I'm like, stop it. stop it. Like no, like so no, apparently she's fine. She's just in a wheelchair. Like that's not the woman we saw like an episode ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't. And then Prater was supposed to keep on paying for her treatment,
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So she don't know that he's wrapped up in plastic right now.
No.
So like, where are you taking her, and how's he supposed to continue to pay for treatment? Like, it was a weak ending for her, and especially if she's not coming. They clearly made it seem like she ain't gonna be in season
She's
2,
not
right?
coming back. No, she's done.
So I'm like, this. It's just size matter. If he somehow, but I'm gonna kill Prater, then I'm gonna find this chick, and I'm gonna take care of her. You know, just to tie up loose ends so she don't come after Harrison. For the record, because once she sees that Prater's dead, what's stopping her from not going back and find Harrison? You know,
True.
So I'm like, he should have just killed her at the, and have them both on table, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed in that. Whoa. Just like Series Power, you have to watch the very first Dexter series to appreciate the resurrection.
True. That's true. I agree with that, P. Mm-hmm.
Why did you guys think that they let AI get away? I don't get that.
AI. Who is AI? Al is the serial killer who.
Oh, the ponytail guy. The ponytail guy.
I think he's coming back. I think that's coming back.
So I think that should have been part of his. Okay, this real quick. It irritates. Okay. I'm trying to be pop. When he has the stack of files, to the point, right? If they would have showed us that he has Al's file too, and he's like, I'm about to go on a road trip. Like, tell me what season 2 is. Season 2 is him on a road trip, right? And Al's his first stop. That makes sense, right? Like, he's gonna take care of that. It was a missed opportunity, but he ain't passing that one up, right? Like, that makes sense. That preps us for season 2. Because I'm like, why did they just let him drop? But it's realistic in that you can't kill everybody on the crew and no one figures any of this stuff out. Like, y'all, I was text screaming at Kim as I was watching these episodes. As much as you got to suspend disbelief that a person can go a decade murdering 115 people in the same city and no one figures this out, okay, stop it. That Charlie had detailed files on every member of this society, knew where Red worked, knew where Red lived, but somehow had no picture of him whatsoever, even had his fingerprint. Had no picture of him whatsoever. That all Dexter had to do was to magically create a fingerprint, and all of a sudden, like, hey, Red, no verification needed. Come on in and meet the other killers, and this is my house, and this is. I'm like, stop it.
That's true. That was a flaw. That was definitely a flaw. Yeah.
Like, I would have took it far better if he would have been like, hello, Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. We ain't stupid, bro, but like, hey, you one of us, and that would have been the thing. You just accept it, but you can't kill us, right? Like that, something like that. Then I would have took it better, because now you're just disrespecting us, at this point. No. Yeah. I was hoping Charlie would kill Prater. Yeah. So I
really thought she was too. I thought that, Danny. I thought that she was gonna kill him, not Dexter, because he was cruel to her too. So. But he kind of, to me, Prater is like, he's just he just preys on weak people, right? And like, serial killers are weak. They are weak people. And I think that he preyed on her emotion for her mom, like, so you're going to work for me, you'll protect me, and you're going to, do what I asked you to do. Because she, of course, did not agree with any of what he was doing, having dinner parties for serial killers. Like, this is normal. And so she thought that part was disgusting. You could tell by her face, but she was doing it because she wanted to save her mom. So, but I felt like Charlie should have died. For sure. Yeah.
Or at least like that. So I remember, it was, I think, Silence of the Lambs 2, where like Hannibal Lecter convinced like this guy to kill his employer. His employer wanted him fed to the dog pigs or some shit, and he basically talked him into it. So I'm saying, if Dexter would have talked Charlie into taking care of Prater for herself, Even that would have made more sense. And this we have to see the little man wrapped up in plastic, but it's like, hey, you handle the light work. I deal with grown people or something. I'm like, I'm gonna go take care of Al and because if she was so appalled, right, by what he was doing, hey, bro, you're the one that kills serial killers. Here you go. Here's the files. Al got away. Now this makes sense. I'll make sure this gets cleaned up and Prater gets blamed for everything and that sort of thing. And I can stay here and take care of my mom. That makes sense. And this way you don't have to see her again. You know what I'm saying? I love Prater. Again, he was played by just an excellent actor. Like he was absolutely crazy. But again, Peter Dinklage just sold it so well. And so you got to give a lot of credit to the actor. A lot of suspension of disbelief. so I mean, we see this bit when he kidnapped old boy from The Sopranos and put him on the table to scare the landlord. So this is what happened. Kim, I was texted in the middle of this scene. So when Harrison was like, "Oh, what's up?" Well, I thought that was his Rita. That's what I thought. His friend, just like his mama, single mother, right? That's gonna be his Rita, right? So she's like, "Oh, my son is having asthma problems because of the mold, and my landlord is treating me bad." He's like, "Oh, that's terrible." And then it's just him and the landlord. I was like, "Oh, he's gonna kill this motherfucker." That's all. Like, let's get to it. Let's get to it. So he can be haunted by this. And then nothing.
Yeah, nothing. That girl like disappeared. Her and her kid. It was like, oh, they're off the show.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. First, Harrison is a bitch, and he continues to be such. Like, he got no kind of backbone. Like, he straight murdered that dude for almost raping that woman, which makes 100 complete sense. And Dexter wouldn't even have done it. He'd be like, I deal with killers. Like, sexual crimes is somebody else's problem. But Harrison was like, I'm taking care of this. And I was like, okay, Harrison, like, you're standing up for the little people, right? Okay. But then he spent the next 3 episodes crying like a bitch over it and being like, and there's no explanation why he stopped seeing his victim, right? There was nothing. He just stopped.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why own it or don't do it? Like one of these two. But then again, I was like, oh, this is so predictable. He's gonna and nothing. Nothing. He gets punked out. What's up?
Yeah, he did. I mean, he did, but that's Harrison's character, though. Like, he's confused. He's very confused. He doesn't know whether he wants to follow in Dexter's footsteps, whether he wants to do his own thing. Right now, all he's focused on is the blonde. What's the blonde-headed chick's name? I forgot her name.
I don't know, but he's all in that crotch, though. And I'm like, who?
How did his focus go from the young lady who would have been perfect for him, with the one with the child, and to this chick who is just she's all about sex and adventure and stuff, which makes sense because he's a young man, right? I get it. But also, but at the end of the day, like, are you going to be the son of a serial killer, or are you going to be a serial killer yourself? And have and do it the way your dad does it? Are you going to do it that way, or are you going to continue to just be like Superman and swoop in and save women,
the damsel in distress? Like he, okay. It's interesting. I thought he was going to do, but ultimately, again, Daddy had to come and kidnap the guy from The Sopranos and tie him to a whole bunch of plastic and scare him. And I was like, okay, so this is Dexter light, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, but like Harrison could have helped or something, like just to be like, look, son, this is your problem. I'm trying to help you with your girl. But like you said, her and the baby completely gone by the end of the episode. That's crazy, David, because when I watched it, I thought the same thing. 2 bags should have been sufficient. Like, you don't need all that. You don't need all that. Harrison has always been annoying, but you have to remember he's still a kid. It's less about his immaturity and more about just how he does stuff. Again, if he's that not into the life, how does he bash a man's head in with little hesitation, then masterfully chops this man up, wraps him up, takes him downstairs to the point that super detective never solves the crime? Because let me tell you who really got on my damn nerves, that fucking detective. What's that woman's name?
Which
Claudette
one?
Wallace. Detective Claudette Wallace.
Shit.
Damn it. I asked myself,
she's a weirdo. She's just a
like,
weirdo.
whose show is this? Like, this is the Dexter show. Like, let's focus on his oddities. I don't
Yes.
need her oddities.
No.
And she couldn't even solve a crime done by a teenager. And no, with hesitation. Like, this is a crime of passion that he expertly killed the man in a public building, relatively chopped up, got rid of the body, got away scot-free. Like, Detective Wallace trash. But she can look at your suit and figure out that one sleeve is longer than the other. And she can be like, I know air code so-and-so, so-and-so. I'm like, this is not charming, and you're not even effective. We don't need any of this.
What about when the song came on? Her song,
Yo,
saying a lot. I was
why?
like, are we seriously gonna have them dance? There's murders going around
going on.
and they're gonna show us a dancing scene.
Stop it.
And I understand that sometimes Dexter is a little quirky, right? The show in its
right.
We do have some like comedic, steps in there every once in a while, right? But I just thought, no, this is not Dexter. This is something else.
I was Detective Wallace, y'all. I'm sure, and I actually read a Facebook post. We both said the same thing. We're like, the New York Ripper is her partner. It has to be her partner, because we're like, why else are we staring at these two cops for one? And it would have made sense considering she's too close to see it, but he's ingratiated himself into the life of the one detective who's still tracking him down, and that makes sense, right? Like that makes sense. But then again, back to Super Detective, as she's working through the hotel trying to figure out who killed the rapist. She doesn't start with the trash. She starts with the front door, which doesn't make any sense because the body started in the trash. So you're supposed to work your way from the trash to the kitchen and then figure out how did the body parts get there. As we saw, she masterfully just looked at stuff and was like, I see someone chopped them up in the bathtub. I see they must have used a tray and used the service elevator. I see someone must have chopped the body up in the kitchen, but you don't test the kitchen for human blood. That is basic shit on almost any CSI show. In fact, I bet you that I think the original CSI, where they did that. It happened in the kitchen. It was a chef got killed in the kitchen, and they luminol the entire kitchen. They were like, "There's human blood. There would have been human blood in the drain, and then they would have pulled it. It would have been like
hair and stuff. Yeah,
and hair. This is where he got killed. None of this is fuck it. We're just moving on. We're just moving on. Listening. She's talking to some. Hello, I'm listening to loud music. What the fuck are we doing? Why is any of this happening?
Yeah, I didn't understand her at all. I was like, so we have to have, because I feel like she has Asperger's, right? Because she's so socially awkward. She's very odd, and I was like, there's nothing wrong with having Asperger's. A bunch of people have that. But it's just the way that they're forcing it on us is like, stop it. Like it doesn't, it's ridiculous. And then the whole scene with the staying alive, I was like, oh my God.
Oh, we got that. Wait, my favorite character. So let's do this one because I want to talk about serial killers. My favorite ones he got rid of was the Gemini killers because they were arrogant and thought they were the best.
Yes.
So this is where Kim and I were saying they had so many great actors in this season that got rolled up damn near in the same episode that I'm like, you wasted talent.
Yes.
Neil Patrick Harris could have been a season, like, or at least a couple of episodes where you're just dealing with him.
Yeah.
For the actor, just for the type of kill and why, and he could have lasted a couple of episodes.
True.
I like the lady that played his girlfriend. I know her, Jessica Jones. That's how I know her. But
Jessica, yeah.
But like she was awesome. I'm like, you have wasted an excellent actress and a pretty interesting role because Dexter always thinks he finds that someone that understands his like avenging angel code, and like that wasn't true. And then, but
that young lady actually was filming a different show, so she did have to leave. she was filming a different show at the same time as being on Dexter.
Oh.
So she had to go. So that's why her stint was very short. Yeah.
They could have wrote her off. She could have been the one that drove away. If she wanted to, that's what I'm saying. She could have been the one that drove away and be like, I'll catch that chick later. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But the ponytail killer was awesome. The Gemini thing was awesome. Like all these things. And it's like, I had a brother too. And like, that would have been an interesting time for his brother to appear. To be like, this could have been us killing together.
And you know, when the reason Red was killing Uber drivers, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like his dad was like a cab driver, and didn't he get like something happened? I can't even remember what it was.
He died. He fell into the water. I think he committed suicide. I think he committed suicide, and the machine, the boat or whatever that picks up trash, cut off his head. Okay, so that's why he was specifically sawing off the shared driver's
but he was
head.
Also blaming Uber for the fact that his father, as a cab driver, was losing money because of it. And I'm like, what? I mean, so you're gonna cut off just people trying to make a living because Ubers and Lyfts have taken the place of regular cabs? Like, what?
What?
It didn't make any sense to me. I was like, that's. Yeah,
the dance had a. It did have a Wednesday. It did have a Wednesday vibe. I agree. I agree with that. But Wednesday is the focus of the show. Absolutely. So that makes sense, right? Yes. Like if Dexter trying to get out of this house of horrors ended up doing that dance with her or something, that would have been hilarious. That would have, and I'm like, oh, he's like, I gotta act like I was here, right? And like I could understand that, but like this detective. No, like you're not that important. Like you're not like at least you're not supposed to be. I don't think. Anyway. So the Ripper, disappointed. Absolutely, 100% let down.
I think they're saving that one. They're saving it. I do.
But she got the file with the guy's name on it, unless he's some.
Well, no, I actually don't know if that's a real name because Dexter took that file with him.
He took files. He didn't he took that. You think he took that one in particular?
Yes, he took a couple of them, but I believe that one of them is the Ripper, and I believe that his investigation for season 2 is going to be the Ripper.
So so unless he switched out the paperwork, the file said the Ripper, like he left it for her or something. So unless this. I hope you're right, and maybe somehow it's not the right file or something. But if this is how they get rid of the Ripper, like storyline, fuck you. Like you.
Well, people were saying the Ripper was Prater, and I was like, how? Look, he's a little person.
Just because he's a little person doesn't mean he can't.
David, the only way that a little person can hurt me is if they got a gun in their hand. Okay. There's no way that if I see somebody like that coming after me, I'm gonna kick the crap out of you. Okay, so no, what I was thinking is that the New York Ripper is Prater and Charlie is his backup. She's the one that gets the person for him, and then he's the one that ultimately kills the person. That I thought that was why he had a regular sized person working for him, security. You know what I mean? She was helping him in that way. Yeah,
he can't have a little person with little security. I mean, that's not helping anybody. But anyway, but to your point, we talked about that option too. And I thought up until the point after he killed Batista, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is my first kill," which doesn't make any sense. Like you would think, as rich as he is, he could have flew to some foreign country and just shot people and with enough money. You know what I'm saying, or that kind of thing. But so it was kind of odd. But so when he said that was the first, okay, so that's out of the thing. But I really was disappointed. That they wrapped up the Ripper story. They supposedly wrapped up the Ripper story that quickly in that way. Little disappointed in that. Then we got Blessings. We also thought Blessings may have some serial killer like tendencies or could because he had a lot of anger issues, right? And he's definitely gonna be season 2. Like he made a point of being like, oh, I need people in my life like Blessing and that kind of stuff.
I had a question about that. So he says, he went and dumped the body, Prater's body, right? Normal. That's normal. What Dexter does, he drops you in the ocean or whatever it is. And then, so he was saying that he's leaving for a little while. Where is he going? He's leaving New York for a minute. Where is he going?
So, okay, hold up. Let's let's get to Blessing, and then we'll get to that silly scene right there. So
Okay.
Blessing, so when Blessing first blew up, at Dexter, or no, blew up at his son-in-law. So
Yeah.
he has some anger issues. Then he talked about being a
Yeah.
child soldier. Then he gets mad at Dexter for thinking that he already told his daughter about his backstory, whatever. And as we talked about, look, I said I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna be kissing your ass over this. Like this whole 3 or 4 time apologizing, you're doing a bit much. All right.
Yeah.
But we thought this is indication, like, oh, he must be doing something to somebody at some point, right?
Mm-hmm.
That didn't go anywhere. I'm like, give me something. Like, what's the point of showing? Also, he is Ronnie from The Chi. Let's just get that out there. So to see Ronnie from The Chi with this fake ass Caribbean or some type of accent he doing, so I was like, stop all this. Like this is irritating me. But that being said, I'm like, you need to give me some type of blood to work with. Give me something, like, because I'm not seeing the reason that Blessings is still around. I don't need more background
Yeah, I
characters.
don't get it. And when Dexter said in the voiceover that he needed people that he cared about and to be around, I was like, but you just met Blessing like a second ago. Like, so you know what I mean? Like to me, what they always do in these shows, right? It's like the white guy is, he the black people always take care of the white people because that's how we are. We have great, wonderful hearts, and we're giving race, right? Which is true. But I'm just saying, I was like, so you're gonna continue to live in this man's basement and then hunt serial killers? Like, how do we know these people are they in New York? Like, where are these people located? But then I thought about it and I was like, well, the owl doesn't live in New York.
No,
Owl comes to visit
yes,
once a year for this little event that Prater puts together.
yes.
So I was like, oh, okay, well, all right. But still.
Well, no, so anyway, it was completely ridiculous to me that one, how does cell phone service work in a vault that's supposed to be that secure? I was like, stop it.
David,
Stop it.
you know doggone well that there is no service in that vault. That was total TV magic.
I was like
that door alone
would have stopped any kind of
signals. It's blocking signals. Yes.
Come on.
The modem is way over here in the mansion. Unless he has extenders all throughout which I'm absolutely sure he probably does because it's a mansion. You have to have extenders. But I'm saying it's a vault. There's no extender at the vault. And even if there was, guess what? Even if there's an extender right outside the door of the vault, it still wouldn't go through that
thick ass door. There's no way in the world. But somehow he has perfect cell phone service. Then he talks to his son, hey son, get your mouth out of this girl's crotch. And I'm like, where are they? Are they still in his apartment? His
No, they were in Harrison. No,
Harrison doesn't have a place.
An apartment.
So I asked
them at her house. Yeah.
They better be, because I'm coming home and you fucking in my place. I'm like, no, bro, that's not how this works.
In my bed.
I'm like, disrespectful. Like, first you shoot me in the chest and now you're banging in my bed. Like, I don't even bang in that bed. You better go somewhere else, bro. You better take her to a hotel. Anyway, I'm sorry. So first he's like, I'm gonna answer. Anyway, he calls phone, he gets the son. Somehow his son figures it out, gets there. He opens the door because he figures out the code. Okay, why are both of you in the vault? Like, anyone can just come behind and close the door.
The second that he grabbed Harrison and kind of pulled him to him, and they're right by the door, I was like, don't pull Harrison. Let Harrison stay out there. Don't pull him in. And he did it anyway. I was like,
twice, like 2 or 3 times, they both run into the vault. I'm like, what are you? And he had all the time in the world to go through the files, pack them away, clean up. I was like, there's no way you clean all those fingerprints up. Stop it. Like, but anyway, enough time to clean up all the fingerprints. I'm like, what? Then he's like, it's like, this is killing me. Then after he gets all the files out, he gets out. Everything's fine. He sets the alarm. It's blast through the entire penthouse. Yeah. Kiss my ass that random people are like, it must be upstairs. Okay, and then everybody can run because somehow the sound is coming from a certain way that you can just practice. I was so scared they would. Yes, yes. I was like,
Yeah.
both of you are gonna die in this vault.
Yeah.
Because guess
Yeah.
what? Eventually you're gonna run out of air, bruh. Like I don't have to open shit. You're going to die soon. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, so have a nice life. You and your son can bond together, and I'll just clean up the bodies later. Like
Yeah.
it was. I was so worried for them. But then anyway, to set off the alarm, magically Detective Wallace and crew come running up, right?
Yeah.
And she's gonna find no Prater. She's gonna find a whole bunch of serial killer souvenirs.
Yep.
Batista's dead body
Mhm.
and a weapon. And somehow she's gonna be like, okay, Prater killed this man, then hobbled his little ass out of his own place.
But there's
Jumped on-
blood. There's David on that table. There was blood. It was still that man's blood. And I was like,
Stop
if
it.
they don't do a DNA test
Stop it.
to find out if that's Prater's blood, I'm gonna be
Boom.
mad.
Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kim.
Mhm.
This doesn't make fucking sense, y'all. Like his little ass was bleeding through that thing. They would have found his blood. But again,
Mhm.
take all that away.
Mhm.
When Super Detective Wallace gets a hold of the case, she's gonna be in charge of this case, right?
Mhm.
What's she gonna say? Pull the security footage.
Yes.
What is she going to see? Harrison running around this motherfucker.
Yes.
You're gonna see dead Batista. And last time you saw him, he said Dexter Morgan was the Bay Harbor Butcher.
Yeah.
And there's a sign in that thing that says Bay Harbor Butcher. Like,
Yes.
he took the slides, but there's still the marker. The marker's still there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Angel is there. And Harrison is there.
Yes.
None of this is gonna get looked into. None of this.
Well, we don't know. All we know about Dexter season 2 is that the writers' room is open, but the Paramount Plus has not given a decision yet. But I'm thinking if the writers' room is open, then they're probably gonna make a decision.
Oh, yeah,
soon.
I took it. Yeah, I took it as it was a done. Like season 2 was coming. I didn't. Okay, so you're saying the writers' room got approved, but not necessarily
that got approved. So I'm like, yeah, surely they'll tell us for sure.
Yeah.
That he's
Mr. Morgan, yeah, why didn't Harrison leave with him through the penthouse the first time instead of going back to the party? That didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't, he had to sneak out and do all this, but some Prater saw him. Remember Prater saw him sneaking out.
Yeah, right. So like he was like, oh shit, that's why he said cut off the camera, because that's when he tried to go shoot him. That's right.
Yeah.
And then so I was like, uh-oh. But again, the man's this big. So I'm like, I can outrun him. Like I was like,
no, but you can't outrun a gun.
You can't outrun a bullet. He was like, hey son, I got you.
Because as small as he is, he's shooting you in your butt or your legs.
That's
right.
No, you're right. You're right. But I was like, again, Super Detective should pull the footage and at minimum see Harrison. See Harrison. We saw him on camera, Harrison. So that should get her thinking about what does Harrison and Angel have to do with Prater. Last time I checked, serial killers. Your father. Where's your father? Also, again, back to fucking Dexter just stole this man's yacht and it's just gonna ride the seas now. Like he's just gonna.
Yeah, like nobody's gonna be like, oh, isn't that Mr. Prater's yacht? Like, what are you doing in it? And how many fingerprints? Dexter had on no gloves, so you're like all over this man's yacht, like you're driving shit on the side of it.
You ain't wiping out the whole boat, bro. Like, what happened to his furnace? What happened to the furnace? Just go to the furnace and burn the body parts. Why? You know why? Because we're used to seeing them on the water.
That's it, like, and it had to end it that way because it had to. Also, when I was watching some other people's recaps and stuff, and then also I did watch where they talked to the actual creator, Clyde Phillips or whatever, and Dexter being right next to the Statue of Liberty. That was on purpose. They want you to see that Dexter is now free to do whatever he wants because he's in. You know what I'm saying? Like that was like a gesture to us.
Oh,
do you see what I'm saying? Because they kept shooting him And in the distance, you see
Yeah,
stuff
yeah. I
they're
thought
looking at.
okay,
And they did
okay.
it twice. Like they did close-ups on it twice. And that was on purpose. So I was like, when he comes back, he's definitely. I feel like what they could do, which would be really good, is if they do what they used to do in the original show, right? Each season is one particular serial killer that he's
Yeah,
going after, right?
yeah,
So the
yeah,
next one, that's why I feel like it is going to be the Ripper. You may be right, maybe it's not going to be, but one of those folders, he's definitely going to
yeah,
get.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So to this point. So again, it was. I thought it was just me. It was ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
so cameras. We always say the man cameras should caught this man 150 times over. What I do like though about
Uh-huh.
Detective Wallace, it was just white writing. But
Uh-huh.
when Batista called her and her partner to
Mhm.
the wig place, right?
Which was terrible. That was a big fail.
But I was like, and all the plastics there, everything, right?
Yes.
I
Yep.
was like, this is completely illegal. Like he's not a cop anymore. Even if
Nope.
he was, he's out of his jurisdiction.
Yep.
If those two were still valid, he don't have a warrant for the illegal tracing he was doing of him.
Mm-hmm.
And she said all of that, and I
And
was
he
like,
locked the door. Nobody
yes,
opened the door for
the
him.
door.
He actually jimmied the lock and got in. I'm like, all of this is illegal.
Illegal. So
Oh,
I like, but I love the fact they finally figured out the law to help like Dexter get out of this situation. But then she's like, this means nothing. I have to go now. And I was like,
yeah.
so you mean the big ass man who's running around in his drawers ain't gonna be like a white man kidnapped me? Like I can truly describe him. A white man, late 40s, early 50s. I saw his face,
Yeah.
white dude. He did it. If you put, I'm sure I could. You mean this guy? Because
Yeah.
this guy is worried
With the
about
red
this
hair.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like just yeah. That dude would have a mask on his face. Yeah, that's him. I was like, okay, then hold up, Dexter. They want us to believe that one Charlie is ex Delta Force, which I'm like, you're doing too much.
As scary as she was when Dexter had that thing around
Right?
her head, she
Stop
was
it.
okay. Uma Thurman is a great actress. She really sold me on that because she really looked terrified.
Terrified
The
as
tears
fuck.
were rolling down. You could see
Yes.
the veins. This is how good she was. And maybe they did it post-op. I don't know. But her veins in her eyes were huge. Like
Yeah.
when you cry, and because she's a Caucasian, you're gonna be able to see her veins clearer, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, I can see her veins in her eyes. Like this is great acting, and it's also whoever edited this did the editing, and also whoever did like the what is it called, the special effects did a really good job because I was sold that this woman was like holding on for dear life. If she moved like an inch, she was going to be choked, and I thought that was really really well done. Really
it was well done. And I'm like, so they didn't have to take it to the Delta Force level. Like if you would have been like, that's too much. Like private security, okay, that's fine. But to be like she's Delta Force, but she didn't see this fucker in her back of her car, and then she couldn't get out to move the way Dexter did. Oh boy, he just unlatched the seat, so it went back. I'm like, stop it! Like you're doing too much. You're doing too much with her backstory.
And even if she wasn't Delta Force, I know, and I mean, I can ask the chat too. As a woman, when we get in our car, we have been trained to look in the back seat first because people get in your back seat, especially if they watch you. Like they see you walked into the store, you were by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Did they hear bing bing? Did that woman lock the car? If they don't hear that, someone crawls into your back seat. They could be in the all the way down on the under the seat almost, and they can pop up. So most women, and maybe I'm talking for myself, but I know my friends do it. We check the back seat. Like I'll look and be like, okay, before I get in my car, because you never know.
You never know. So yes, we check the car before getting in. And if she's a trained anything, she's a security person. These are basic things that you do just to make sure you're safe, so you can secure your client and that kind of stuff. So again, we love Dexter as a show, and we do got to suspend this disbelief for a lot of stuff. But I'm like, this little bit, some things I'm like, you're doing too much. Yeah, and blessings again. He does seem a little bit sketchy with his emotions and stuff. So I just thought something we would have saw violence in him, like real violence, even not necessarily toward Dexter.
I think it's coming. Like what got me, David, was when the way that they ended it with Blessing and his wife. was the whole dancing and doing all this. I was like, there's something up with this. I know it seemed innocent, but there's something other than this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this man is a ticking time bomb.
Okay.
And and then the whole dancing, and it's like she soothes the beast. Let's dance. You know what I mean? Like, she caters to his temper.
So it's funny you should bring that up. I was gonna say the mother, because what he said was the mother took care of it. Like, the mother kept the beast at bay, and now with his mom gone, he's gonna
the wife has to do it now, right? Because honestly, that happens in real life, where like, you pass the torch. Like, this is now your husband.
Yeah. Now it's your responsibility to
exactly.
To
now you need to learn how to keep him calm, and and keep these thoughts out of his mind, right? So you do anything you can to do that, right? And I'm saying, oh, they're dancing, having a good time. I feel like season 2, we're gonna see the real blessing. We're gonna see that maybe he is not maybe physically abusive, but he's mentally abusive to everyone in that family. You know what I mean? I feel like
that would be like the Trinity killer, as during that season when he thought, oh, I could be like you. You have a family and you're a killer, so there's some work-life balance. But then he was horrible to the family. He abused it. So I think I think blessing is a slow burn. Something's coming. I don't think it's gonna be family though. I think they set him up too much. Like, he takes care of. I think it's gonna be outside urges, but like, once it comes, he's gonna hurt somebody else, and then and maybe the killings, Wallace somehow it's on the case, and it comes to the house. So Dexter's like, oh shit, they're here for me, and they're here for blessings,
right?
And then he's like, uh-oh. So there's like, okay, is there something going on that I don't know about? And then and maybe he becomes the new partner of Dexter, who knows his secret, but in the end, he has to put him down, and then we kind of like do that again. And I'm just hoping for like some non-repetitiveness with that, like because again, that's kind of happened with Praetors. Again, I know who you are. We can work together. But then I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. No, Batista's going too far. I gotta help Batista, and then that happened. So I thought, okay, Harrison is finally gonna get some nuts, and then he's gonna be like his dad's partner, or again, he has a different code, right? Like, he's like, I protect women because Mama was killed alone. Mom was something like, it's like, I gotta protect women. Like, that's why, again, my friend reminds me of Mom, what I knew about her, single mother, doing the best she can, whatever. Who was there to protect her? Not you, Dad. Like, that's my job. And then that becomes maybe his thing, and he just matures, better. But it don't have to be just like his dad, but just something different, right?
Right.
And to make them like more relevant, I don't care about him going to college or just random girlfriend, because we thought the girlfriend may have some kind of killer instinct, because
actually, a lot of people are thinking maybe that she does have like a dark passenger, and maybe she could. I mean, some people think she could be a ripper, but she could be also just a serial killer, and that Dexter is gonna have to put her down, right? And then Harrison, that's where you see him and Harrison at odds, right? Because I got to put your woman down. Like,
hey, sorry, buddy.
Right, exactly.
I got to do what I got to do, right?
I got to do what I got to do, right? He tells Harrison, I think, your girl is da-da-da-da. I'm like killing people. And Harrison is like, no, he's furious. And you just want to take her away from me? Like, my mom is your fault, my mom.
Okay.
And all of that comes out, right? His real feeling. Because I think, to be honest with you, he kind of tempers his feelings. You know what I mean? Because he wants a relationship with the dad. But I feel like he tempers the feeling, because we've never seen him really blow up at Dexter about his mom. And we need to see that. We need to see.
And I do. Well, this one. Okay, real quick. So that would be, again, season 2 again, because that's when his girlfriend got, because that's when Dokes got killed, right? So if his friend with the kid is kind of like Rita, right? Then the blonde becomes the girlfriend. So then the girlfriend's crazy. Maybe she's out there killing people. Maybe she starts seeing the friend as competition. So then she goes after her, right? Or she tries to, or whatever. And then maybe Dexter, for the other part, is like, I gotta take her out. She's crazy. Harrison's like, no, don't do it. But then she tries to go after his friend, and now he's like, shit. All right. So then, like, I got this one, Dad. Like, I can do this one.
That's a good idea too. That's a good one too. Yeah.
And then we try to mature and then he meets the young lady with the kid, and he says, she reminds me of your mom. Like, oh, and like now I can see why you're attracted. There could be something there. Because now we're doing then I thought, now we're definitely going down Dexter 1. Who's the baby daddy? Oh, one night stand. I don't know. No, he was abusive and she was running away from him. And then, like, now he can get back to his woman protector thing, right? Like, I thought there's a lot of cram with this season. Maybe season 2, but maybe we can, if she comes back.
Maybe season 3, but I think season 2. Yeah.
If she comes back, like, we can flush those kind of things out, and like history kind of repeats itself, and Dexter can see his son going down that path.
Yeah.
It may take him a couple seasons, but he does eventually get there. And it's just not as ravenous of a killing. He truly does it for a reason, unlike Dexter, who's just a killer and uses this as an excuse to keep killing.
Right.
But Harrison truly does have a code, and he's like, this is the only way I know how to protect certain people in certain times. And
I mean Harrison will have that kind of code, and Dexter has his kind of code, but both of them are wrong. They're both rationalizing killing people. So it's not right. I mean, because you can always just report people to the police, like, kill them,
Well, again, many times in Dexter, especially his the last young lady he was with that he ended up Harrison with, like, she was like, you're using this as an excuse, like, you just like to kill people, but like
Lumen,
yeah. And it was a couple of times, but they were like, you're just a killer. But this whole code thing is what you tell yourself to say you're better than these other killers, but you're not. You're not better than me. You got a different. You give yourself a different reason, but ultimately you just love killing. You just need to accept that, right? So, like, but if Harrison's like, I don't love killing, but like I realize, and there's a moment. Anyway, again, I just want Harrison to be more relevant to this whole storyline, and hopefully he can mature as a person. As a killer, if that's what he's gonna do, or he could be the Deb. He could just be the law enforcement that's helping his dad stay out of jail and that kind of thing, and his conscience, like his living conscience.
Yeah, true.
Would be anyway. Children. So a constant theme is, all
right, guys, here it comes.
Harrison is all you got. Harrison is all you got. This is your family. There's a brother. Rita had a son and a daughter, y'all. If y'all remember, Dexter spent more time with those kids than he did with his own kid. Okay, as this show went on, and Harrison says nothing or is told nothing about his half brother and sister.
I believe that he doesn't even know about his siblings. Who told him? I guess the serial killer that raised him, the woman. Which is so crazy. Every time I think about it, I'm like, Dexter, you gave your baby to a sister. Granted, I didn't think she would kill Harrison, but she's killing men around Harrison, right? Yeah. So that's not good either. But Harrison seems to be actually not even affected. So maybe she stopped killing when she decided, when she figured out that she had to take care of him. But I'm thinking, that's how she makes her money. Like, she gets with rich guys.
Oh yeah.
She's all of a sudden is like, they were abusing me. They're doing things to me, and she kills them. Right?
Yeah. So we had all kinds of theories about that, but like none of that turned out to be anything. So we got turned that she was the greatest mama ever until she died of cancer or some shit. But when he was even in New Blood, he did say he Googled like Rita, because that's how you somehow remember like it's trendy killer, and public record says Rita Morgan dead, survived by husband, 3 children, like that kind of stuff. So public record would have told him he had a brother and sister. It's just they just totally negate any of that, and for all the references back to the original series and family being such a big thing, it's just very weird that they make no effort to be like, where's my brother and my sister, and you would think that they would be serial killers. They are orphans, really, because daddy got killed in prison after beating his mama, And then he got
Yeah.
killed in prison, thanks to Dexter, really, because he put him back
Dexter
in
set that
prison.
up. Yeah.
Rita got killed because of Dexter. So then he leaves them with like his grandparents who easily could have died, old age, whatever. And they could have grew up like all kinds of messed up. And I just thought it would be nice if they became some type
Serial
of
killer.
killers, right? Like as siblings.
But they weren't but they really weren't around Dexter. They were around Dexter as their dad, their stepdad. I don't think that Harrison to me would be more because it's his blood, right?
Mm.
And they showed the example that Harrison was in blood, sitting in blood as an infant, just like Dexter and his brother were, right? So to me, there's the tie there. For the stepchildren, where's the tie that they will become serial killers? There's nothing there.
Well, if your parents are murdered, again, like so, just like an abusive home, which they grew up in, right? You know what I'm saying? Both parents murdered. We're saying like orphan, not again. We're giving this thing like they had to be dipped in blood to be killers, right? But we don't know why Neil Patrick Harris and all them. They all got reasons that turn them into who they are. I'm just saying they went through a lot of stuff, and it could be like it was survival. You know what I'm saying? Like we again maybe they went to foster home and didn't go well, so we don't know, and maybe they killed bad fathers or bad parents. It'd just be nice to see them again. That's what I'm saying. It's some type of way. It would be nice to have him come back and then have Dexter have to acknowledge what he did. It's not happening.
I really honestly feel when Dexter said goodbye to them, it was goodbye. He hugged them, he kissed them. He was like, because he's not actually, he's their stepdad. He's not actually their dad. They were given to their paternal grandparents, right?
Yeah, her parents.
Yeah, to her parents. So I think that was it. I don't think that those children are coming back. I know you want them to, but I think that story ended when they went with their grandparents and it's over. I don't think they're coming. Yeah. And he doesn't have a responsibility to even talk to them. Now, if you want to keep a relationship with a stepchild, there's nothing wrong with that because at some point you help to raise that child, but you don't really have to. Like you can just let it go. The tie that we had died. So yeah.
So I mean, again, Dexter's side, you still got a brother. That's what I'm saying. Again, and they could be like the jealousy, right? Like he picked you because you're his blood.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not, because ultimately that's what he did. He was like, I'm taking care of mine, and y'all got to figure it out, right? So they easily could come from him, or come for Harrison. Anyway, like I said, you're right. I mean, they're not going to address those kids, but that being said, they brought back Quinn. They brought back Suka.
Oh,
right?
And he's coming. Season 2, I have no doubt. When Quinn was calling Batista's phone, I was like, that is it. That is the bell. It has been rung. He's coming. He's coming. Yeah.
So it would, as much as it would be, he said him and Suka back, like to get like in New York City or whatever. I can't have them also get killed. like this whole.
Well, I mean, but he's got to come and figure out what happened to Batista. There is no way that Quinn is gonna let that go. Like he's not gonna. He's calling Batista. He's trying to find him.
Yeah.
If this was not, and if they do cut it off, this is terrible writing. You can't have Quinn being called several times, and not bring him into the show. That's just ridiculous to me. Now Batista is gone. He's dead. He needs to find out what happened to this man. He was going after Dexter, and now he's dead. We need to investigate. So I think that as Dexter's doing his thing, Quinn is going to come and be like, hello, Dexter. Yeah, yeah.
So who is she? I think because she was more scared of her mother than she was for herself. Charlie.
I think okay, Charlie. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, she was, but like David said, when we first meet Charlie's mom, she is at death's door. She is laying there, and maybe she was knocked out because of the medicine, but in my opinion, she looked like she was about to go. Like you heard the beep beep, and the way that Charlie was looking at her and talking to her, it was like her mom was in a coma or something, right? So I'm like, but all of a sudden you're able to say, "What are you doing? Where are we going?" And you seem to have all this strength all of a sudden. Where you can be put into a cab.
Yeah, I was just like, this is wild. I mean, I think Quinn knows that Dexter's the Bay Harbor Butcher. I think he makes so. The problem with that is, again, the way the series ended was, again, like Batista, Quinn, and then Asuka like watched Dexter like kill the guy who killed Deb.
Yes,
and they're like,
protected him.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, well, okay, Dexter, you go home and we'll talk about it on Monday or something.
Yeah.
And then he's right. So I'm like, I don't know. They're like, no, he's a serial killer. I know. Again, Prada did kill like Batista. Like, that's a fact. Like, we know that to be fact. But for Quinn just to come up, just to acknowledge it, you know what I'm saying? And now, oh, hey, Dexter, how's it going? Like, it could be something, but I would hope. I don't know if they can afford it, but I would love to see Dexter go from like city to city, going through the files, or that's the formula, right? Like, he goes to see Al. Al's he's not an apex predator, but like one day it's gonna take him a couple episodes to find. But he goes to a city, he tries to find that big whale, and maybe he kills some other people along the way, and that kind of thing, so we can mix it up. But he can't be running around New York City for the next 3 or 4 seasons. And Detective Wallace, like, she somehow is too baffled to figure out any of these crimes. Like, that's not the character we were given with this woman. Even though she didn't solve Harrison's crime. But
then what happens with Harrison then? Like, because Harrison, the way that they made it for Harrison's ending, for this season, was like he's still jumping around with Gigi in the bed and stuff. So I'm like, is Harrison gonna now join his father on the road? Like, what happens between Dexter and Harrison if they take it on the road? So, but we got to keep Harrison and Dexter some kind of way together. So how do we do that? How do the writers do that? So I'm sure Clyde Phillips has something in mind. What it is, we don't know.
Business trips.
Could be that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with that fucking boat? I mean, what are you doing with the boat? That's what I need to figure out. Explain to me, because like, you can't just sink that damn thing. What are you gonna do? Swim back home? There's no storm you can ride that thing off to, and they're gonna know you drove it. How are you gonna get rid of the boat? Like, the boat makes it seem like,
I mean, he could actually abandon the boat. He really could. He could like dock it somewhere, like in Jersey or whatever. Just dock it, get off the boat, right? Like, dock it on land, close to land, where he can jump off the boat, and then have it. But I mean, Dexter he's a criminologist, right? So he knows how to like do the bleach thing and really wipe everything down and get it done, and then get rid of the boat. He can do that. And then they'll say, oh, well, Prater's boat was seen in the harbor, and then, it was abandoned. I wonder who that was. So they're going to say Prater did that. And I'm like, but no, Prater can't even reach the...
She fucked up, man. He can't reach the steering wheel. He can't drive that big ass boat by himself. Like, nobody's going to believe that shit. Like, where? Damn it. Like, this little man, like, I just want to see how they get out of this with the boat and start season 2. Like, but no, like, just, I mean, money wise, they have to keep him stationary. So like, if he's somehow just running around New York City, but it kind of it takes away from the idea that that Prater procured files of killers around the world, probably. And you're missing an opportunity to, again, if they can afford it, and then like you said, they keep Harrison relevant, because it wasn't like he gave him his life back. Like, hey, do you? I hope you and your girlfriend are happy. I got my own thing I got to go do, but I'll be here if you need me, type of thing. So therefore, we don't expect to see Dexter. But then they show blessings again. I need blessings in my life. He grounds me, that type of thing. So it's like he has to stay close, like you said, at some level. How the Trinity Killer is going to go to church. Oh, then he'd be miserable at home to his family. Oh, okay. You're saying like similar to Blessings, I guess. Like he's, again, like, so he's with his family, but he's not happy. But do they have enough time to flush him out to where to be like, he has had bodies in other places, or again, his mom just kind of kept it at bay, but now wife has to do it. But then she goes on a trip or whatever. So he's out there hurting like random people, and maybe he has a code too. But again, Dexter is a solo act. We after almost 20 years in the game, we got to recognize he's a solo act. So he's never going to team up. It's called Dexter, not Dexter and Friends. So so whoever gets next to him probably going to die. So we also got to keep that real too.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
anyway. So anything for next season or anything for this season? What do you think?
Mhm. No, I feel like second season. I hope it's as good as this season, because sometimes shows like they're good and then all of a sudden they do that backslide. So I'm like, let's hope it's good. I really do hope that they bring Quinn, but as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, they're gonna say Prater. It's gonna look like, of course, Wallace is gonna be like, oh well, hey, Prater killed Batista and da 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 da, and I'm gonna be like, to me, no, but okay, he did actually do it,
He
but you know what I
did.
mean.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that Prater did it, if you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right?
Yeah.
Because Batista is a large man; he's not
Yeah.
small,
Yeah.
and so I feel like that has to be addressed, right? So
Yeah.
that's why Quinn would come. And then remember, Quinn knew that Dexter was a killer before the stabbing of the person
They
who
killed
um
they killed Deb.
who killed Deb. So he knew. Remember what was what is his name? The guy who was in Terminator. He was RoboCop. Remember, he was a serial killer
Yeah.
on Dexter, right, for a
Yes.
season.
Yes.
And Quinn was after him also.
Oh.
And then there was that guy lived in a van, or he actually hunted in a
Oh,
van,
Peter.
the
It
white
was Peter
van.
Weller. Peter Weller. Peter.
Peter
Okay.
Weller.
Okay.
Remember that? And what happened was Peter Weller, Dexter saved Quinn from
Quinn
Peter
from
Weller.
that's right. Okay, guys. I
Remember that?
thought Quinn died in that episode because he
He
got pulled into
almost
the
died.
truck. He got pulled into the truck. I remember.
That's it. He got
Yeah.
pulled in that van,
Yeah.
and he was gonna die. And Dexter came and saved him. And Quinn dropped everything. He was like, "I'm not even going after Dexter. I'm done. I'm gonna be
Liddy.
with Deb." Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, that might
Liddy.
no, that might change because of
Well,
Batista.
I mean, so thank you, Liddy. So that would
Maybe.
be it. So okay. So again, we're looking at what do you do with the remaining Miami cast that we are aware of?
Right.
um,
Right.
and then do we keep them in New York? Do we put them on the road? Do we do a little bit of both? Um, change the scene around. Again, they had a lot of great actors in this. So that's why I thought this was a limited series. They put a lot of money in getting a lot of great actors, at least
Mhm.
well known. You can remember.
Mhm.
If they season 2 they try to keep this up, I mean they bring a new crop, or again they try to help him travel because this was easy. Everybody came to him, but that's not going to happen again. So he's going to have to go get these people. If these files are supposed to mean something, and this is
Mhm.
his guide, so you don't have to
Right.
research these people anymore. We just
Mhm.
got to see.
Mhm.
But no. Okay, so anything else as a
No. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, watch it to the end. All the good things. And we always appreciate the comments. We love you joining the conversation. So we'll see you next weekend.
Thank him, and we will. Next weekend, we got anyway. At some point, that's not gonna be next weekend, but we got Reasonable Doubt. Is coming up. Technically, David, it was Rita that could have saved the children's father and not telling her for not telling about the shoes. Oh, that's right, because she found that. Yeah, because she figured out that Dexter set him up. Right, that's what it was. That's what it was. But he was abusive. I mean, she was like, I'm trying to help, but he did get killed in prison, right? Like he got. I thought, yeah. Kim said he got killed in prison. So I want to do hostage. I do want to do hostage. At some point. All right. You gonna watch it?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Everybody is texting me. You gotta watch Hostage. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll watch it.
All right. So let's try to put it on the docket for next Sunday.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Black. Beauty and
Oh,
Black.
Beauty and the Black. Yeah, we gotta do that one too.
Beauty and Black is Thursday. That's gonna be a few episodes. That's a lot of TV to watch. So we got you got to think about that. So we got Beauty and Black. I'd like to do trailer for something. Landman's gonna be a while. Reasonable Doubt. What else? I feel like Divorced Sisters should be coming back now that All the Queen's Men is over and the Oval's going to be a while, and so I feel like they might Tyler might try to fill the gap, so we might see that come back sometime soon.
Mhm.
And then we got Power, we got Force coming back, but that's like November.
That's November, yeah.
So we got time for that. But anyway, guys, we will have content for you. Make no mistake. If you got some Tubi recommendations, let us know. We'll put it in the comments. We will look into that. I'll say goodbye to Kim again. Boop. All right. But anyway, y'all have a great week. And we will see you. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching people in the chat.
I enjoy The View very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You'll be like, oh shit,
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
What do I go there?
Stacey, do your thing.
Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.